Hi guys, and welcome to this week's collective reading. I am already feeling super positive with this blue ray being card leading the reading. When I think of the blue ray, I always think of Archangel Michael, Mother Mary, really even that higher level like Divine Sophia or Shekinah, Nath for sure, as she always comes to the forefront for me whenever bridging energy comes up. And it does read at the bottom here. Bridge between dimensions as well as direct divine expression. But also with the blue ray beings, it brings through the energy of Hathor and the Hathors, Sirius. There are just so many energies that come in with the blue ray. And the blue ray is all about power, right? That's why it's called the blue ray of power. And it's all about aligning ourselves to divine plan. It is a very protective ray, right? And that protection, it boosts our strength. So it's strengthening as well. It's like if you know you are protected going into a scenario, you just automatically have less fear, right? So the blue ray is empowering in that way, but it is really through its protective cloak that enables you to feel so empowered. And it's so protective because, remember, it's supporting divine connection. And when we are doing what we are meant to be, then the support and protection is there. And it's very interesting because in the book for this deck, this is the Star Tarot, and in the book for it, it actually says that the angel in this card is meant to be Archangel Michael. And I think for a lot of us, he comes up first in our mind when we think of the blue ray. And it's got the rainbow bridge depicted behind him. And once again, that is explicitly written in the book. It's not just an interpretation of mine. So both of these cards are bringing in Archangel Michael's energy, as well as this bridging aspect of connecting heaven to earth. And this is the Temperance card, reversed, obviously. When it's upright, which is the goal in a way, and by goal, I mean we would be wanting to strive towards reversing the energy in this card so that we're in the upright position. Temperance is representing a balance that that's occurring, but it's very fluid and ever shifting and moving, right? Hence pouring back and forth between cups. And the balance is between our spiritual self and our human self. This is where that bridge comes in. And allowing these different parts of ourselves to coexist in harmony. And it's really important to understand this mixing of the cups, because in doing this, eventually you end up with the same evenly mixed liquid in both cups, right? So this would be the alchemy that happens when these two worlds combine in a way that they overlap, right? So your human life is spiritual and your spiritual life is human. You don't separate them. So you're very much in a flow. And with this reversal, what we're being told is that there is something about your life that is out of balance, that needs to be tempered. And temperance, when it's reversed, it usually points to self-indulgence, doing things in kind of an excess type way. Like if you're taking on more than you should, like maybe you're overbooking your schedule or expectations of yourself. Maybe it's an overindulgence of food or drugs or alcohol. It could be excessive spending, which I think a lot of us struggle with this time of year, especially. Temperance reversed is generally seen as being a bit reckless or not thinking of long-term consequences, right? Because all of these behaviors that I just spoke about have consequences in the long run, but in the moment it can seem harmless, or we can even tell ourselves that it's necessary. So basically it is being highlighted at this time that there is something you need to bring your attention to, that really is showing that you aren't taking care of yourself. And if you think it's not a big deal, this reading begs to differ. And I think you probably already have an idea of what this is, that the blue ray is sending you this message already. You've probably just been trying to not listen. So don't overthink this. Go with whatever came to your mind first when I started talking about this. And that was your gut instinct. So moving into our spirit animal, it says, take the lead. So we have stag spirit, and he says, take the lead. So take responsibility for yourself and stop making excuses. Especially with the devil card underneath, they are excuses. So how are you not being sovereign in your life? Right? Because anytime you blame someone else for your situation, you are giving them a bit of your sovereignty. It is impossible to be sovereign if you blame someone else for any part of the situation that you're in. Right? The stag is here and he is wearing his own mighty crown, right? In complete sovereignty over his own life and leading, not following anyone else, being your own leader. And remember that this is next to the blue ray being as well. So stepping into the role that you came here to fulfill. And if you don't feel sure about what that is, it's okay. Right now, it's more about getting out of your own way by stopping whatever habits you're in that are holding you back, right? Because that's what temperance was telling us. And when we get out of our way and stop hiding behind these bad habits and making excuses, then you can embrace this stag spirit. Taking a moment to speak on this devil card, which is reversed as well. But this is actually one of the few cards in tarot that has a kinder message when it's reversed. So normally, if it were upright, the devil is representing like a complete seduction of our material realm, right? It points out stuck energy in our lives where we often refuse to see that there is a way out, right? The devil gives us a real being a prisoner of our own life energy. So when reversed, it's actually more like a realization that the devil is in your mind. So it's this point when we realize we aren't trapped It's just stories that we're telling ourselves. And we become willing to make changes to pull ourselves up and out of our situation. So with temperance reversed, I'm getting the message that there's a habit that it will benefit you to break. And then temperance being under the blue ray card, it's saying that you, A, really already know what this habit is, and B, that breaking this habit will really catapult you into a higher timeline for yourself. So it will change your trajectory in quite a big way. And this will be for the positive, right? Bringing you into a closer alignment to your life's purpose and into a higher timeline, right? And then with the stag and the devil reversed, I do think that this is, thankfully, something that you are ready to be hearing, right? To think about and to start putting into action, right? Like you are ready to be back in control and move away from this pity party, basically, that you've been having. Sorry, I nearly didn't say that, but I don't know. I just decided it really wanted to be said. Someone's having a pity party, sorry. But you needed to hear that, right? Anyway, it's a positive message overall if we are willing to look at it this way, which I think you are. So that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. It's a bit of an odd time of year to be breaking bad habits, as we have the holiday season upon us still to get through. But then again, it's also the last full moon of the year today. So this could be symbolically your New Year's resolution for what you are leaving behind in 2024. Yeah, speaking of that, I will try to do a reading next weekend. I'm not positive, as it's just full on in this run up to Christmas, as I'm sure it is for you as well. So in case I don't, Merry Christmas and solstice blessings if you are celebrating, and I will be back soon. But I will try for next weekend. Bye guys.